Hey, what's up, y'all? This is yours truly, Kara Warner, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss everything culture. So, most recently on social media, Black men have been vocalizing their disdain towards this so-called straight Black men are trash movement and the notion that Black women as a collective do not feel protected by Black men. And, of course, this is a dialogue that will go absolutely nowhere fast while we continue to use Facebook or Black Twitter as the primary source of communicating opposing views. I mean, at this point, it's basically a representation of both Black men and women pointing fingers at each other and really sounding like little children trying to convince the other of who has had it the worst as it relates to the overall Black experience and the breakdown of the Black male-female relationship. And so, from my observation, Black men on social media have expressed that they feel disrespected by Black women who feel that they haven't received the fullest covering from the Black men in their lives, which has also heightened the discussion centered around hypergamy and leveling up as Black women and what that looks like and what that may entail for us. And then also Black men suggest that this is not the time to have public dialogue centered around this particular topic. I personally believe that this is the most opportune time to have authentic, open, and honest dialogue on repairing the Black male-female relationship, even if it turns horrendous before it gets any better. I mean, when is it going to be a pursuit for us to better ourselves as a unit? Black male, Black female. When is it going to be a priority for us to come together and really have these heartfelt and sometimes uncomfortable conversations with each other? Now, I do agree we should begin the process of reconciliation away. We need to step away from the internet to have this conversation, yet the conversation truly needs to be had with a desired outcome in mind. And I was on a post today, and the Black men on that particular post, it was on Facebook, they were extremely adamant about wanting to understand why the overall consensus among Black women was that of non-protection by way of Black men. And of course, there was this ongoing back and forth with who between the Black men and the Black women were the least protected. And of course, we as Black women, we whipped out the famous quote given by Brother Malcolm, who stated, "The most disrespected person in America is the Black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the Black woman. And the most neglected person in America is the Black woman." And although I do believe that both Black men and women have suffered equal amounts of abuse and oppression living in America, when asked why women feel they have been let down by Black men, we do not expect for the Black man's response to be that of a gaslighter. Men, if you're going to ask for understanding, true understanding, then you should be asking with a clear ear to hear and not to deflect. That's not having a conversation. That's not having a truthful, valid conversation about the issue at hand. And I have to be honest, I may be one of the few women who will actually admit to feeling fully protected by the Black men I roll with. From my 84-year-old grandfather to all the platonic male friendships that I've established over the years. However, the unadulterated truth is that the majority of Black women cannot admit to the same experience. And so that should be the focus of the discussion. There should not be any deflecting or gaslighting taking place when a Black woman is vulnerable enough to express that she feels unprotected by you. Now, I made the comment that I do believe some men are coming from more of an emotional place when responding to this topic rather than there being an actual presentation of facts. And I don't often find myself entangled in dialogue that holds the appearance of placing blame against Black men and women, because I feel it's counterproductive. However, when we talk about Black women as a collective, we have to withhold personal perception and look at the hard facts in order to draw a logistical conclusion. We are living and operating in a system where perpetuated fear of the lack of protection amongst Black women was intentionally created. And I can't place total blame on a Black man for that. And we can trace this lack of protection all the way back to slavery. The Black man couldn't protect us from the auction block, and they cannot protect us from inside the penitentiary. However, we do ask for the Black man to take accountability and admit that the Black man is one of the most silent group of people when we hold discussions centered around sexual and physical violation among Black women. When Black women and girls come up missing, Black men typically are not the first ones as a collective to demand location efforts. And when women are gunned down by the hands of law enforcement, Black men are usually not in a position to enforce any type of justice. That's what historically and socially, that's how it's been. And so to put all those pieces together, one could only suggest that what Brother Malcolm was stating is even true to this day in 2020. We, as Black women, we are the least protected. And that's not to say that Black men don't have their plight. Of course, we in the struggle together, though. We're in the struggle together. And so at this point, I just would like for us to be able to come together, express our disdain, express our insecurities, talk about what has hindered us from moving forward and developing together, and then transforming the idea that Black men and women cannot get along. So you guys, this concludes the discussion. Thank you for tuning in. It was short, sweet, straight to the point. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below before you click out. And as always, peace and blessings until next time.